Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, we're going to have a little walk around Sorbacao in the market and Tree Town and LK and Boomerang while we have a chat. And one of the reasons for this particular video is partly because of a lot of the comments you guys made on the video about are you too young or are you too old to visit Pattaya? Because several of you guys emailed and commented that they wish they had found Pattaya when they were 22 years old. And other guys said, thank God they didn't find Pattaya until they were older and more mature mentally. In both cases, the conclusion was that visiting Pattaya has, or would have, changed their life substantially by finding it earlier. I mean, one of the ways you can tell that is by the amount of guys who get addicted to Pattaya, usually within a couple of days into your first ever visit. I mean, going back 20 years before my first ever visit, it's actually over 20 years, I used to have 2 or 3 vacations every year, all over the world, like Europe, America, Africa, Eastern Europe and parts of Asia, but I never wanted to go back anywhere in particular for a second time after I'd seen it, and that includes Amsterdam, Ibiza, Hamburg, Las Vegas. But Pattaya, Thailand, was different. But why? Why was it different to everywhere else? I think the difference can be summed up by the whole attitude here with Thai people, that it all seems so friendly and natural, and above all not professional, as everywhere else in the world is. I mean, you know what the working women are like in Vegas or in Amsterdam or wherever, Hamburg. You know what they're like. It's nothing like that. It's just absolutely so different in Thailand. It's more like going out with your mates on a night out and you just happen to pick up one of the best looking girls you ever met in your life, and the entire city is of the same mindset. Now, if you're a single guy and you come to Pattaya for the first time, you must heed the warning that you will get addicted. As I said before, I used to travel all over the world, but after visiting Pattaya, I just wanted to come back. Everywhere else sort of lost its appeal. And to be honest, I even stopped going out in my own country, as I thought I would rather save that money toward another Pattaya trip. But something which you won't be expecting is the post-Pattaya blues. Now, some guys even start with this in the taxi going to the airport. With other guys, it doesn't kick in until you've been home for a day or two and you're going out for the first night out after you've got back, and it just doesn't compare with a night out in Pattaya. And that's when the depression starts. Now, I found that the answer to this was to get online and book your second visit to go back as soon as possible. Then you feel better, as though you have a goal to aim for and something to look forward to. But you must heed the warning that Pattaya is addictive, and coming here can change your life, and even change the way you look at life. It certainly changed mine. Now, getting addicted to Pattaya is barely scratching the surface as far as being life-changing. What about if you come here and break one of the 1 or 3 day rules and fall for one of the girls? I mean, really fall for one of the girls. Now, this really does have the potential to radically change your life. In fact, if you're not careful, it can even wreck your life. So you must be sensible and see Pattaya for what it is, a Fantasyland or a Disneyland for adults. Now, most of the girls who work here are sharks. Sharks looking for their prey, but they're dressed up like Nemo, all sort of sweet and friendly. Now, if you don't live here, if you're coming on vacation, don't get emotionally involved with a bar girl. There's only about a 2% chance that it will work out in the long term. Now, if you don't want your life disrupting to the point where you're at home in your own country thinking about what this girl is getting up to every night. And all that nonsense, then you must not get emotionally involved. And don't start sending money and becoming a sponsor. And that's a real mug's game. So many sponsors think that they are the only guy sending money to their girlfriend to support her and take care of her poor family in Isan. When the truth is that the girl has 3 or 4 sponsors and lies about working to all of them. They all think that they're the only one, and that she's working in a hairdresser's or in a restaurant, when the truth is that she's working in a bar and looking for new sponsors every day and spending old sponsors' money, going to like Republic nightclub or Insomnia or something, or even a bar host. Now, don't start asking what that is, you don't want to know. Now, if you don't want your life wrecked, don't fall in love with a bar girl. Just enjoy what Pattaya has to offer without getting emotionally involved. I know of guys who have lost everything to some girl because the guy was too weak. Pattaya certainly destroyed those guys' lives. Now, talking about life changing, an English guy I know certainly discovered something about himself when he visited Pattaya for the first time recently. He's divorced with a couple of kids, and in conversation he's quite open about the fact that he's never really been happy with his relationships with women, and he felt that he may be bi but not gay. And had never been with a man, as he found even a gay man to be too masculine, and it was off-putting. However, everything changed when he arrived in Pattaya and discovered ladyboys, and this released the bi side of him. I asked him what it was that he found appealing about ladyboys which he didn't find with gay men. And his reply was, it's the femininity which attracted him. And I really thanked him for being so honest. You know, very rare you get people being so really honest and truthful about their feelings. But if you're not like this English guy and ladyboys are not your thing, then you just have to accept the fact that ladyboys are everywhere in Pattaya. Just be polite to them, that's all. Okay, moving on. I sometimes get emails from some of you guys who want to come here for the first time and are single and have the money, but they're reluctant to do so because of the reputation that Pattaya has. But the funny thing is that this same reputation does not apply to other parts of Thailand. So if you don't want your life's reputation to be affected by friends or family gossiping and judging you, then don't tell them where you're going. Don't mention the word Pattaya at all, because they will know it. Many will know the name and what's associated with it. So you say you're going to Hua Hin or one of the islands, you know, or Samui or somewhere, whatever, for the weather, the sun, the sea, the sand. And after you get back, you keep quiet about what you've been up to, you know, just don't say anything to anybody. Another guy I know didn't want his friends and family to know that he wanted to go to Pattaya. And he thought of a way around it. So he took up playing golf. And he learnt to a basic level, which is fine. Then he announced to his family that he was joining a golf trip to Thailand, not Pattaya, Thailand. And they supply all the clubs and everything, so he doesn't need to take his own clubs. And the courses are excellent. And it's always warm weather, so you can play even in the winter when maybe you might be reluctant to play golf in your own country. You can play golf in Thailand. So you can come in the winter months, which just happens to be high season. Not Australia, of course, but the winter months in the northern hemisphere just happens to be high season here. You know, what an amazing piece of luck. And that when he got back, he said it was great, and he intends to go back twice a year. He loves golf in Thailand. Now another guy I know did the same thing with his family, but he's a younger guy, and he said he's going to learn scuba diving. He's going to Koh Tao to learn scuba diving. He didn't go anywhere near Koh Tao. Went straight to Pattaya and spent the whole month there, and then went home and said to his family, "Oh, I love scuba diving, it was really good fun." You know, I mean, other guys don't care if their life's reputation is it takes a dent, and they just tell the truth. Up to you, as they say here. But if you do tell the truth, you need to be aware that you will be judged. And this can affect things in your life. And don't tell your mates in confidence what you got up to, because they will not be able to keep it to themselves. And that includes your mates' families. And you may find that you become a social pariah as far as the women in your family and friends circle are concerned. So we're just getting to the end of LK Metro. So what we'll do now is I'll skip that section of the cow between here and Boomerang. We'll just jump over onto Boomerang now. Okay. Now I've just turned right off the cow opposite the hospital there down to Soi Boomerang. That's the Playgirls on the left, which I have done a video on. And on the right down here is Club Fate, and further down the road where that black sign is on the corner, that's Heaven Above. There's a whole bunch of girls sitting outside there, so I can't really show you that. I'll have to turn around at this point. Now if you just look up, you see that name Pace, that oval sign. That is a hotel and cafe, and I did a video on that not too long ago. So if you really want to step out of the door and be right instantly in the action, you can stay there. It was actually a very nice place. If you look at the video, you'll see. So anyway guys, please make a comment about if visiting Pattaya has changed your life, so people will, the newbies will understand. And don't forget to have a look at gentsclub.com website. The link is below. Click where it says more, and while you're there, have a look at the very popular Uncut Soy 6 videos on Patreon, and subscribe, like and share and ring the bell. And thank you very much for watching guys. See you in the next video.